He just took off and ran.
I know he's scared out there and breaks my heart.
Let's go find him.
This time on trackers,
I hear a bark.
a best friend vanishes.
Bobby Bo!
Can you believe this happened?
Fear takes over
Are you kidding? Which way, Jake?
as danger looms
Emma, come on, baby girl.
He's right down there.
miles from home.
Nobody yell.
Most tracking dogs are intelligent and quick. Some, like Jake, are also loud and playful.
Jake is very, very opinionated. No matter what else is going on, he makes sure he is heard.
Carmen Brothers is one of Jake's handlers. When she comes to pick him up, it's time to go to work.
Jake and I make an awesome team. Hop in, there you go. Together, we have helped over 65 pet owners reunite with their pets. Jake, you ready to go find Emma? Okay.
The tracking duo is headed to Western Maryland in search of a lost Chihuahua named Emma.
Emma is very, very loving. She loves people that she knows. She's not super friendly with strangers. She likes to lay up around your neck and cuddle with you. You know, she's a very loving, affectionate little dog. She actually lives with my ex-husband, but I was watching her for the weekend. She got out. We searched from, 8 in the morning to 10:30 at night and still couldn't locate her. So it's been hard because we know she's been out there for 2 nights by herself.
Stacy had to break the news to her ex-husband, Mike, who is 6 hours away on vacation.
So I had to call and tell him that she got out. I couldn't find her. He was upset. I could tell he maybe wanted to cry on the phone.
Because she is so tiny, and it's just she's so little, and my biggest concern is how am I going to tell them if we don't find her alive?
While she has been missing for 2 days, there is a solid lead for the trackers.
They had a sighting last night, actually, of her right by a very busy highway. So it's a very dangerous situation all around. So I'm trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Emma was seen nearly 2 miles from Stacy's home. The track begins here.
This is a very, very dangerous location for Emma to be at. Very challenging. It doesn't get much worse than highways and train tracks parallel. It's just danger all around.
Jake is a black and tan coonhound, a breed developed in the southern United States to hunt small animals like raccoons and possums.
So take it out of the bag, try not to touch it. We'll send him up and see what happens.
This blanket is covered in Emma's hair and skin particles.
Swate. Tota.
Jake's powerful scent receptors pick up the Chihuahua's unique smell. Immediately, Jake is on the trail.
Tota, Jake.
Working dogs often receive commands in a foreign language.
Tota.
Japanese signals that Jake must focus his loud and playful personality.
He air sense as well as, ground sense.
This capacity enables Jake to follow a ground trail, and if for any reason the trail is lost, he can detect airborne particles and get back on track.
See the way his nose is going? That's better than what it was back there. Guys, what is that running up the track? Wait, did you see that? Is that Emma? That is Emma. Guys, nobody yell.
Baby Emma!
He's right there. He's headed over 15.
Emma, come on, baby girl. Emma! Emma, come on, baby girl.
He's right down there. On the side.
Emma is in flight mode.
Don't run.
Fear has caused her to revert back to her instinctive nature and focus only on survival.
She's down that way.
She may not even recognize Stacy's voice.
Emma did kind of what I did not want her to do, and she was running down the side of 15.
The dog's panicky behavior could be disastrous so close to the highway.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take Jake. I'm hoping that if I walk Jake parallel down 15 where we just were, I'm gonna push her back this way. Okay. So we can get her away from the highway, okay, and then we can kind of determine how far down she's gone and where to go from there.
It's a calculated risk. The sight of Jake should scare the Chihuahua away from the highway and into the woods.
My adrenaline's pumping right now. Just feeling really anxious. My heart's racing. I just want to, hopefully we can flush her out and get her home.
The Bloodhound is an iconic tracker, and Trusty, the epitome of the breed.
My husband wanted a Bloodhound. I didn't want one. I didn't want the slobber, I didn't want the hair, I didn't want the howling. I didn't want any of it.
Reluctantly, Wendy gave Bloodhounds a try, eventually building a partnership with a scrappy young pup named Trusty.
She was probably about 3 months old when I started tracking with her. And she just loved it. Up and in. Girl.
It's 4th of July weekend.
Oh, thank you. Blech.
Wendy and Trusty are headed out into the summer heat in search of a missing mini Labradoodle named Logan.
We got him at 6 weeks old. He's been my best friend every single day. I look forward coming home just to be greeted by him.
We were having a party at our house for 4th of July. There was people in the neighborhood doing fireworks, and my husband asked somebody, it's like, where's Logan?
The dog got out. He just darted off and, never turned around. The first night, I sat in the garage all night on a chair, didn't sleep at all. The next day, we just got up, looked for, 16 hours straight.
It's the first time he's ever been, out on his own without us. I just have to find my dog, have him home, safe. Can't believe this is happening.
Trusty and I are going over there. With this weekend being a long weekend, the fireworks aren't going to give up. They're just going to keep coming. So Logan's getting scared again. He's going to continue to run. Send articles.
There have been no sightings of Logan.
Okay.
Bob and Kelly are relying on Trusty.
Well, let me get her, and we'll take it from there. Trusty will lead the way. It's okay, come on. Find him. See, she just air scented that. She can smell from this block to another, like we could track to a house over there just by the scent of it.
Trusty may not be as spirited as Jake, but her tracking ability is unparalleled. Bloodhounds are said to be cold-nosed trackers, meaning they can pick up on tracks that are too old for most dogs. 2 blocks from home, she takes an interest in a basement stairwell.
She sniffed around in circles about 4 or 5 times, and then she ended up sitting down and then laid down. More than likely, Logan spent some time down there hiding overnight, possibly.
After an hour, the blistering heat begins to take its toll on the veteran working dog. Wendy stops down to take care of her partner.
Trusty has on a cooling vest, and what this is going to allow her to do is to go ahead and track through some of this heat. Ooh, does it feel good? Does it feel good?
Typically, dogs can only get rid of excess heat by panting. Evaporating water in this cooling vest will help Trusty keep her temperature down so she can keep tracking Logan.
He's still sniffing. I hear a bark. Did you say that sounds like his bark? It sounds like his bark, I swear to God it does. I heard a bark. I heard the bark again. Listen. That is his bark. Logan.
He's right down there, on the side. Don't run. Hey, so I've got a big problem.
Jake and his handler Carmen are searching for Emma, a lost Chihuahua.
We didn't have any children. Our dogs are our babies. She's down that way. So it's been hard because we know she's been out there for 2 nights by herself.
Jake's pulling double duty. He's tracking Emma's scent and, in a sense, shepherding. Carmen's hoping his presence will prompt the terrified Chihuahua to run away from the busy highway.
And hopefully Jake will make a hard left at some point.
The strategy pays off. Jake tracks left, signaling Carmen's plan to chase Emma into the woods is working.
We tracked up to here, and I mean, he's scenting hard. Jake, okay, she's right here. Guys, she's right here. I know, Jake, come here.
Where the railroad track.
Let's back up out of here. I'm confident Emma's right back here, or has just literally like bolted through. But because she is so small, with this high grass, I mean, it's like finding a needle in a haystack right here. There's just no way. She's gonna sense us coming up on her way before I can even attempt to get eyes on her. So right now, my game plan is to back Jake up out of here.
Jake's job is finished. The focus now, contain the Chihuahua.
And I'm just kind of exhausted, but like, you know, your adrenaline's still going because we still have a sighting of her. So we're gonna keep going.
With the sun setting, the team agrees to continue to work into the night.
All right, girlie, where to?
Meanwhile, Trusty is on the trail of Logan, a 2-year-old mini Labradoodle. He took off when 4th of July fireworks spooked him.
My main concern about Logan is that he's really cute and real friendly. I'm concerned that someone will come and pick him up and take him home and then not give him back.
I just have to find my dog, have him home safe.
Okay, come on.
Trusty tracked Logan for a couple of hours throughout the neighborhood before they got their first break.
I heard a bark. See, there it is again.
It didn't sound like it was a distress call, but it sounded like a dog
barking. Listen, that is his bark. Man, it's a dog over there. Okay.
Hope turns to disappointment.
Negative?
He's a lab. That's right, sounds like him.
Still, no sign of Logan.
Logan, come here, baby.
We need to get some traps back here. Trusty's given every indication this afternoon that Logan is here, so he hasn't gotten far, and we can possibly stop him so he doesn't go any further.
Trusty fulfilled her duties and can cool off in an air-conditioned car, while Wendy moves into phase 2.
So I'd like to see the trap right in here. It's 4th of July. You can hear the fireworks going off crazy. Unfortunately, that has driven so many dogs away from home. And we're out here, we're trying to get this trap set up real quick to get Logan home.
Logan is likely hungry. Cat food has a strong scent that carries further than most dog food. If it lures Logan in, his movement will be captured on this trail cam for Wendy to analyze.
Bob has gone out here and he's ran trail from here to his house and from here all the way over to where the trap was. That didn't sound like Firework sound like a shotgun.
80 miles away, the search for Emma, the Chihuahua, continues.
Jake really just knew she was in that brush area. He just got really excited. We think we found her somewhere in here.
This team is also using cat food, mixed with water to create a pungent chum trail. A second tactic is used. Strips of cloth that have Stacy's scent are placed to create a familiar environment to ease Emma's anxiety.
Okay, Stacy, so here we are. So we're gonna do a feeding station here, paired with the scent strips.
The cat food is surrounded by flour. If Emma goes for the bait, she'll leave behind a trail of flour-coated footprints. Any activity in the area will be recorded by this motion-activated camera, providing valuable intel for Carmen.
So whatever comes and eats this food, we're gonna get on camera. Hopefully Emma. So let's see what happens, okay? All right, great. Today was very challenging, very frustrating, just because it's so hard to be able to sit there and look at her and just not get your hands on her. My main concern about Emma being out right now is that the weather's supposed to get really bad.
This is kind of hard to go home without her, though, because I know she's still out here. And I can't take her home. So she's out here another night.
Stacy's ex-husband, Mike, drove 300 miles with his fiancée, Holly, to search the area Emma was last spotted.
She hates the rain. Wherever she is out here now, she's hunkered down, just trying not to get wet. Yeah. I just want her to be safe. I just want to get her back. I don't really care about anything else.
The combination of rain and fear likely forced Emma into hiding.
Looks pretty empty.
Their efforts are in vain. Then, something catches Mike's eye.
Emma. It's here. Are you kidding?
A predatory threat to a 5-pound dog, foxes thrive in suburban areas where they can both hunt and scavenge.
She's definitely small enough for a fox to want to grab hold of and make a meal out of. So that's my primary concern, is getting her out of danger.
Two-year-old mini Labradoodle Logan has been missing for 2 days, scared off by 4th of July fireworks.
I'm not going to be able to get through this. This is my best friend. It's worse than anything.
Trusty tracked the frightened dog to a nearby stretch of woods.
So I'd like to see the trap right in here.
Wendy set a trap and told the owners to alert the surrounding neighborhood about the lost dog. Less than 24 hours later,
I got a phone call from the lady that lived a couple streets north of where Trusty last tracked him. Said that she had him on a leash and please come home and get him. And I ran over and picked him up, and it was like one big dust ball. It didn't matter to me as long as I got my dog back. His paws were so damaged that he couldn't walk on them for almost 2 weeks. He's kind of back to normal. He wants to be right by us even more. I think he's afraid of just as much as we are to be separated again.
Come here. God, what you doing, huh?
He's like my best friend.
He is my best buddy, right?
I am so glad he's home with you guys. It makes me so happy. And when we get to celebrate like we are now with Logan, it just makes it so much worth it.
Best thing we ever did.
I love you, Trusty.
She does amazing work. She don't move fast, but she gets to where she wants to be. We owe her Logan's life.
"80 miles west, another tracking team is on the hunt for Emma, a Chihuahua on the run for 4 days. Carmen spotted the fast-moving dog on railroad tracks next to a busy highway.
Nobody yell.
She's so tiny. I just want her home right now.
Thanks to Jake, they know she's here somewhere. Carmen has the family paper the area with flyers. And it works.
Look what I found. She was right along the side of the road. I got a call from a gentleman who saw one of the flyers. It was right where Jake thought she was. Found her along the side here, getting ready to cross the road. You ready to go home now?
Mike immediately brings Emma to see Stacy.
Look what I found.
Hi, baby girl.
She was on this side of the road, right where Jake saw her.
What? Look at my baby. Where you been missing? Why you run away? Why didn't you want to come to us, huh? We missed you. You ready to go home with Daddy? Come here. You've been out too long.
After 6 days on her own, Emma is readjusting to life at home.
She's sleepy, and she's being very clingy, and she's probably lost about 2 pounds, and she didn't have that much to lose anyway. But other than that, she feels fine. As soon as she got here, she went back into her routine. Everybody's happy. It was a big load off everybody's mind. Everybody's happy to have her home.
This is the best part of my job, just making everybody happy and bringing the pets home. Reunited.
Still in his rookie season of tracking, every meal is an opportunity to hone Scipio's skills.
Stay, Mate.
Belgian Malinois may not be as well known as bloodhounds and German shepherds, but they are gaining popularity in military and police service in the United States, and for good reason.
He's very alert. He's very easily trained because he wants to please. And when he's on it, he will take me through thick and thin, and I can just hang on. For dear life, yes.
Scipio and his handler Clementine are off to track an older lab named Bobby that's been missing for 2 days.
There we go.
Bobby was actually a foster. He was neglected. It was very sad and very traumatic. He was just collared up, tied to a tree, and forgotten about. And so he's always been very skittish around people. And he's super sweet. He's not, fearful, and he's not aggressive. He's just skittish. This was the silliest thing in the world. Groceries out of the car, right into the front door. And I just didn't close it hard enough, like that. But that was it. I mean, it was like that. I came back out of the kitchen, not a sign, not a sound, not a bark, not a jingle of the chain, nothing. Nowhere to be seen. The neighborhood is surrounded on 3 sides by the water, and then the 4th side is this massive bank of forest. We're pretty certain he's in the woods. Just narrowing down the area would be a massive help.
Bobby has been spotted since his escape. A woman reported seeing him less than 2 miles from Keith's home.
She said she saw him out of her window of this house towards the edge of her property with these power lines.
Okay, so where do you think the dog was sighted? Along here somewhere?
Yeah, I think along the edge.
And give him some breath.
Like coonhounds, Belgian Malinois have an abundance of energy. Scipio's patient tracking approach, though, contrasts the coonhound's headstrong style. Scipio processes before committing to a scent trail.
He's interested in something. What we're going to be looking for are hot spots. So we use these dogs like a tool. He will get excited if he smells your dog. Go, Scipio, go. Scipio. So he's definitely pulling me in a direction here for something. Yeah, this is good.
Bobby, no!
So he's following a path here.
Scipio's behavior indicates Bobby used the clearing under the power lines like a highway.
That dog was definitely pulling something.
There we go. There's the nose. Pulling is always a good sign. And when he's like adamant about taking me somewhere, then that means it's a hot spot.
The track veers onto a small path.
So this is all really hot when he's pulling. That's like really, really good.
Bobby may be close. The search for Bobby, a lab mix, takes a critical turn.
When he's pulling, that's like really, really good. So this is all really hot.
Scipio signals that Bobby was here recently and may be nearby.
All right, well, I'm hoping that he's still around here somewhere, but let's do the trap and get that set before it gets dark.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Scipio's ability to perform under pressure is in his blood. Malinois are a variety of Belgian shepherd dogs, the first dogs used by the Allies as messengers in World War I.
Why don't we put the harder stuff
Having
on the
completed
bottom?
his task, the focus shifts to trapping.
Ferns on top, I think.
Sweet.
All right.
He absolutely likes the softest spot alive. He's the guy that will jump up on the bed, lie down on the pillow. Oh, fantastic work.
That's great. It's getting kind of dark. Dusk is when they start to come out, the dogs, and out of hiding, because everything else seems to settle down and they start looking for food.
I think it's good. This is a step in the right direction. And obviously, there's a little heartbreak that we didn't find Bobby, but clearly that wasn't necessarily going to be the, the guaranteed thing. Overall, gives a little hope, I think. Just a matter of getting them.
Working dogs have a reputation for being all business.
Let's go.
Some, though, have a work hard, play hard mentality.
I don't have my own dog right now. My canine partner is Gretel. She's a black German Shepherd.
Come here. Let go of your leash.
Every time she sees me, she gets really excited because she knows we're gonna go work. Now let go of the leash. Okay. Whew.
Gretel and Janelle are on their way to Joppa, Maryland, tasked with tracking down an elderly cat, affectionately called Kitten.
Truth be told, she's really not the prettiest of cats, but she's got such a great personality. And she likes to wrap her little paws around your arm so that you pet her even more. I've had a lot of cats in my life. Kitten is just different. I always say if you're lucky enough to have Kitten, you've been lucky enough,
Nobody saw when or how Kitten got out. Sharon and her husband speculate the cat escaped down a staircase into the backyard.
I really like this cat, and then you start thinking it's been too long, because of her age, and it's not knowing.
I'm really worried about her because she's old. She's 16 years old. She has arthritis. I want her home. I just want her home. I want her to be in bed tonight. She kisses my nose and she takes her little paw and ever so gently touches me, and I miss that.
The backyard is Sharon's best guess for where Kitten ran away.
Ice.
Suk.
Kitten has spent years playing in this yard. Her scent is scattered all around.
So we're just working through the yard.
Gretel works to find a fresh trail.
There was some interest going over to your shed.
And succeeds.
I think she might have gotten through the fence here.
Oh, okay.
And that's definitely the way she's interested in.
Okay.
Can we get into your neighbor's yard?
Yeah, I told them to keep their dog in.
Okay. Come on, Gretel. Cats generally, when they get out, they only go a couple houses away from where they got out from, whether it's behind the house or in front of the house or to either side. So it's normally a shorter track, Cats are tricky creatures. They hide under stuff and in things and places you don't think to look. Even ones that don't have claws manage to get up trees. So she came across this yard really hard.
Yeah, she looks a little more energetic now.
Yeah. She's definitely moving in this direction. Good job. She's tracking.
Across the state, the simple act of placing flyers is the turning point in an effort to recover a lost dog named Bobby.
After the track with Clementine, we saw solid leads. Bobby was obviously in that vicinity. The community and the support has been phenomenal.
A wave of sightings rolled in. One voicemail stood out.
It was from about 8:30 in the morning. He said, I think I saw your dog on the side of the road. It was a highway. Bobby is so skittish and so scared still of so many different things. I was just convinced that he wouldn't be anywhere near a highway. I knew it was him from the moment I saw. It's exactly how he looks like when he was laying down. You know, you'd see his little white paws and see the little brindle on his nose. And then as I got closer, it started to sink in that he was gone. That's where it ended, where I found him on the road. And so, you know, we're on our half acre and we have our big hill. I just, you know, one more game of fetch down the hill because he loved it. And if I could sit back here one more time and throw down and have him run back up the hill and, you know, he loved it. Man. Very difficult to come walking back in and not have that extra 4 paws around, you know, looking for the head rub and looking for the ear scratch.
Good job. She's tracking.
The track heats up in the search for a calico cat named Kitten.
I'm really worried about her because she's old. And just the thought of not knowing, you know, if I'll ever see her again or what happened to her, it's just horrible.
So she came across this yard really hard.
Yeah, she looks a little more energetic now.
Yeah, she's definitely moving in this direction.
Gretel signals.
So that means that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Kitten's scent is gone. It could mean the cat was picked up from here by a neighbor, or worse.
This imagination is a brutal thing sometimes. Dogs, wild animals, you know, I mean, that would be the worst case.
Suffering.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't deserve that. I mean,
no.
You know,
She doesn't deserve this.
The owners are always anxious. Their hope is that you can find them their pet. I would love nothing more than a happy ending for every track we go out on. The next step for them is to put feeding stations on both sides of their house. So you want the cat to come on, leave the paw prints, eat some food, the flour sticks to their pads, and you get a little trail going off the cardboard too, and use what we call chum trails, which is the cat food mixed in water. And then a little bit more flyers in the area to try to generate more sightings. We need more people to be aware that the cat's missing. You want to make sure that like all the postal people know that the cat's missing.
Oh, that's a good
that's
suggestion.
When it's really quiet.
I never thought of that. It might work. I mean,
we'll find out.
Yeah. So it's doing something.
Today
is a very exciting day for us. We're finally getting to see our brand new puppies.
3 fresh faces have arrived. Ann Wills hopes to turn them into world-class trackers. Tucker, a Labrador Retriever. Rhaegar, and Brick.
Hi, Brick.
Both Belgian Malinois.
We have 2 trackers that do not have a dog, and that's Janelle and Carmen. So today we are going to see who matches up with who.
As a tracker, this is a dream come true. This is a goal that I've been working towards for years.
I am super excited about today because I am potentially going to meet my new partner. This is pretty close to Christmas morning. You know, I got my fingers crossed and maybe I'll be lucky enough to get one. It's exciting. This is the next generation of dogs coming through the program, which is great.
Aww. Oh, he's beautiful.
I think it would be kind of exciting to have a Malinois, even though they are a bit of a train wreck sometimes when you're living with them. Your house suffers.
Brick stands out. He has a white tuft of hair on his chest and a bigger, stronger physique than Rhaegar.
But you can see the difference in the intensity. Oh, he's beautiful.
As far as Rhaegar, you know, he's a little bit more timid, wasn't so sure of himself. Tucker, the lab, had a normal lab, happy to see everybody, if you pet me, you're my friend kind of personality, which is great.
Hi, Annie.
Carmen and Janelle both want to pick their first tracking dog. As lead tracker, that decision is ultimately Ann's.
I'm trying to evaluate each dog, get a feel for how he does with everybody. You gotta make a decision.
While Ann continues to evaluate, concern for a lost cat named Kitten is taking a physical toll on one of her owners, Charlie.
We went to the emergency room this morning. I feel like Kitten missing is causing the stress that caused Charlie to have this heart problem this morning. So all week long, we have been hunting for the cat. We've been putting posters up. We come out and do feeding stations, and it's just been on and on and on. And it's stressful because we don't see her. And I think, you know, he's taking it pretty hard. And I do believe that it had a lot to do with his well-being. It's just, he's been very stressed.
Charlie's stress level could come down now that there's a solid lead in Kitten's case.
We've been putting out feeding stations every night around 8 o'clock. And the first night when I came out, I did see some cat prints on the left-hand side of the house, and some of the cat food had been eaten. This morning, on that side, there were a lot of paw prints, so there was a lot of activity of an animal going around, which I think was a cat. I'm hoping it was Kitten. There's not a lot of loose cats around here. Putting the feeding stations down has given me a lot more hope than if I hadn't. Plus, if she's here, and that's her, she's eating. I have her water out. She could be drinking. So that's comforting. Yes, it definitely gives me more hope. I'm glad they showed me how to do that.
Sharon is continuing to bait traps with cat food and using foliage to camouflage them.
I also put in a sock of mine so that she had my scent. I feel hopeful. I think if she's still walking on this earth, she's gonna walk in one of these traps tonight. I feel pretty good about that. I really do. I hope, you know, tomorrow I can call you and say, she's home.
The case of Kitten, a missing elderly cat, is beginning to crack open.
I was looking out the back window of the house to see if I needed to cut the grass, and saw a dark spot in the yard. Seeing the posters around the neighborhood for the last 10 days, thought to myself, I hope that's not, you know, the cat that's missing. But it was. She was laying there motionless. Feared the worst, and I reached down, touched her hip, and she raised her head. So I was like, thank God. For 16 years old, she looked like she was doing okay.
I want to thank all the neighbors. If it weren't for them, we would have never found them. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Nice meeting you, Charlie.
Thank you.
With a clean bill of health, Charlie is out of the hospital to reunite with Kitten.
I was petting her on the way to the emergency room, and she kept putting her little head in my hand, and she had been hurt. But I felt like, of course I wanted her to make it, but I felt like even if she didn't make it, that she was found, and she knew that we loved her, and I would be there with her. And, but she did make it. Oh my goodness. How's she doing? She's doing really well. Oh, hi, honey bunny. I was. Wasn't it? Yes. It's a difference, isn't it?
Well, she's super sweet. She
oh,
let us
she,
do everything
I
to her.
know. She my lovely. Oh, my baby.
She had a very serious wound on her back that we have been flushing and cleaning. It looks like it could be from another cat bite wound. A couple days outside, you know, she's not into
8 days.
What she should. I mean, that's a long time for an old
she's
lady
not
cat.
used to it.
I'm just so happy that you guys could take care of her and save her for me. A relief, happy. I just feel lucky. Real lucky. Is that your daddy? Look at her. Oh. See, she puts her little paw up. She wants him. Is that daddy? Oh.
Ann Wills evaluates Tucker, a Labrador retriever, and 2 Belgian Malinois, timid Rhaegar and confident Brick.
Turn around, look, here comes Brick.
Oh my God, he is bigger.
Brick!
He's a sweetie pie.
Yeah.
I think Tucker's awesome.
Yeah, you fell in love with him, didn't you? Tucker, the lab, is a love bug. His nose is phenomenal. And I love a lab for tracking. You gotta make a decision.
Janelle and Carmen would love to pick their own dog, but as lead tracker, Ann has the only vote today.
They're all nice dogs. They're all super intense on the nose.
For Carmen, Ann has chosen Tucker, a friendly Labrador.
I think, Tucker, he'd be the best fit for you. Yes! Rhaegar is a little bit still on the shy side. Brick is gonna require a little bit more harder, stronger handler.
A much higher intensity.
Yeah, he is.
Brick, the bigger, more aggressive Belgian Malinois, is chosen for Janelle.
It's gonna be a ton of fun. He's gonna be a good dog.
As for Rhaegar, the smaller, timid Belgian Malinois, Ann decides he is getting a new home as well.
I always root for the underdog, the one that, you know, is shy. I want to bring him out, want to love up all on him. So Rhaegar's going to come home with me. I am excited. These dogs will go home with their new handlers, their trackers. For the first week, we're going to do nothing but just play with them. Get them to eat out of our hands, love on them. And then maybe the 3rd or 4th week, we might start doing a little bit of tracking with them.
Under Ann's guidance, this is the newest class of trackers.
It'll take about 3 months of teaching them, and then before the end of the year, they'll be out working, saving lives.